I'm Shaista Gohir, Chair of the Muslim Women's Network UK, which is a national charity in Britain. As a teenager, I did feel a little bit rebellious, but I didn't rebel too much, not until my 20s, when I decided to run away from home because I didn't want to get married to a particular person. Actually, having come from a single parent family, my aim was actually to get married, have children, and actually focus on my family and being a mom, being a wife. But actually, that wasn't enough for me. I just wanted to do more. I felt there was a sense of injustice out there. I got married, I had 3 children, and when my children were sort of about 1, 2 and 3, I just thought I need to be doing something else. I really wanted to speak out on women's rights. So I decided that I was going to become a women's rights activist, and it was something that I was just going to do now and again, but it's just turned into doing it full time. Muslim women are speaking out, as I am now, and there are many Muslim men who actually don't like that. I felt particularly in the UK around about the time when I started my activism, which was in 2004, 2005, that actually a lot of the voices out there that were speaking on issues, whether it's to the media or government, were actually male-dominated organisations, men speaking on the behalf of communities. I'm not saying I represent all Muslim women or communities, and actually when I do speak out, one of the things that's always said to me is, well, you don't represent all Muslims or Muslim women. No one can. What I do know is this, that I represent those voices that no longer want to be limited or restricted or shackled by religious interpretations that limit their rights. And I think we need to ask questions and be curious. And that's what I'm doing. All feminists want equality, but the journey of faith-based feminists and secular feminists may look a little bit different, but the end goal is exactly the same. And feminists like myself want to use religion as a tool, a religion to find solutions. Actually, I'm quite often accused of trying to change religious texts to suit women, but actually what I would say for centuries, it's men that have been manipulating texts for their own benefit, to suit their own needs and to control women. We should ask questions and we should be curious, but I feel that some topics are not even open to discussion. For example, a Muslim woman's dress, sexuality, or whether a Muslim woman can marry outside of her faith. And no topic should be out of bounds. Actually, it's not against Islamic principles to reevaluate our understanding about what these issues mean in the current today's context. At the Muslim Women's Network UK, I've set up a national helpline where many of these topics actually come up, and women are calling us up about 40 different issues, which may include not being able to get an Islamic divorce, about domestic violence, forced marriage, honour-based violence, marital rape, child sexual abuse, rape, sexual violence. And yes, Muslim women are also raped and sexually abused, and modest dress does not stop that, does not prevent that. What we're finding is that a lot of these women are expected not to disclose their problems, their abuse. They're expected to suffer in silence, be patient, not to bring shame onto the family and dishonour the family. But actually, more and more women, as we're finding over the last 3 years since we set up the helpline, are disclosing abuse. The best thing that's happened to my life is actually getting married to a wonderful man and also having 3 children. And a lot of my work involves criticising men, but actually there are really great men out there who support women's rights, and one of them is my husband, and without him I wouldn't be able to do the work that I do. So he's one of the best feminists that I know. I'm doing what I do because I want to try and make a difference for our future generations. I've got a daughter, she's a teenager, I've got 2 sons as well, and I'd like to think that by the time they've grown up and they have children, things will be different and there will be more women's rights. Sometimes when I'm criticised, Some men demand who's given me the permission and authority to speak about matters related to Islam. Some even say I must repent. I don't need permission from any man or anyone to challenge interpretations and practices that undermine the rights of women and girls.